Alexa, how much does it cost to fly from London to Lagos now?
From thisdaylife.com.
This is probably not going to be the most well done video you will watch today. So yeah, I said that because this is my first YouTube video. It's my first time setting a camera recording myself like this, speaking I mean. So I guess we'll have to make do with this video whichever way it comes out. I'm Motayo, Nigerian. Traveled from London to Traveled from Lagos to London in November 2022. The plan initially was to stay in London for 2 months and 2 weeks, head back to Niger, then come back to London. But it's been a year and about 5 months, and I've still not stepped foot back in Nigeria. You'd ask why. There are actually a ton of reasons, but we'll get into all of that shortly. I guess traditionally for my first YouTube video, it's supposed to be introductory, get to know me kind of thing. So yeah, I'll just dive right into it. We'll get to know ourselves as we proceed, because I intend to take this YouTube thing seriously. So help me God. Amen. In the time I've been in London, there's actually been a lot of questions that's been asked by my social media friends. The most common one being, how has London been for you, to you, genuinely? How has relocation been for you? Because some will even say, oh, if it seems like Tayo is the only person not complaining about relocation. Because for whatever reason, every Nigerian that came into the UK, to be precise, around the same time I did, always have something to yap about on Instagram, Snapchat, and the rest. For me, I love to tell stories. I've always wanted to create on YouTube. I've had this channel since about 4 years ago, but I've always procrastinated. But being in London, a new beginning, a new environment, everything is new, just feels like a perfect time to give it a go to. And there's a lot of people asking questions, wanting to know this, wanting to know that. They're just like, you know what, let's just give it a go this time, and whatever happens, innit? So a little backstory, yeah. I just turned 31 when I came to London, and up until that moment, there were a lot of things I had never done, a lot of things I had never experienced. I came to be with my wife and 9-month-old son. He was 9 months old at that time. And having been a long distance husband, a long distance dad for a bit, it was literally my first time being an actual family man. I don't know if you know what that means. Trust me, it's a whole different game when you're on the pitch yourself. It's different. So yeah, a lot of things were like first timers for me. Remember I had said earlier, the plan initially was to stay in London for 2 months and 2 weeks, then head back to Niger to finish a project I was working on before I left Nigeria, then come back. But my wife had other plans. So before I came, she had created a CV for me. I'd started applying for jobs. She was on her maternity leave, so she had time. So literally my first week in London, she would come to me and say, oh babe, I secured you an interview, you should go. Just see it as another source of income. There is literally nothing like making pound sterling in this country during the period of time you'll be here. Like, you appreciate it or that kind of thing. So literally, like, my first week of being in London, I started going for interviews. Within the first 1 month, I started working. And that was another first for me, because before coming to this country, I had never done any kind of work for anyone. I had never been an employee. I'd always done my own thing. So it was a first time experience for me to being an employee, going for interviews and all of that. The whole experience was new for me, but it was fun. So I started working, and she knew, my wife, she knew like the only reason I wanted to go back to Nigeria in the first place was because of my business, because that was the only thing I had. And I was not sure I was going to get a job in London because I had never worked. I don't have any experience. I've always done my own thing. But somehow, she was able to get me a job in the same industry where the business I run in Nigeria is. So all the job description in my CV were literally things I did running my own business. When the first salary came in, the second salary came in, I just knew I wasn't going back to Nigeria. Because I was making money in this country and I was still sending money from my Nigerian account. I was making money in Nigeria, so I was still sending money from my Nigerian account to my UK account. So it just felt good. Not like I wanted to go back to Nigeria because I love Nigeria. It was because of my business. And now my business is still running fine and I'm in this country making money. I'm sorted.
Well, it's 40 grand a kilo.
40. Brother, allow them prices there, fam. You boy, you think you're tough on all of them things there, brother? Can't come to them prices with bad man, rude boy.
Yeah, here I am in this new country, new environment. Everything is completely different from the reality I had known for 31 years. Completely different from life as I knew it. First time being a dad in person. First time being a husband in person. First time being a family man, being responsible for actual human beings. First time being an employee. Everything was the first time. And I didn't have time to take all of that in. Like, I literally went to work the moment I got into this country. Aww. And in the beginning, it was fun. I was having the time of my life because it was smooth. I won't even lie to you. My settling into the system was smooth. We had gotten a place before I even left Nigeria. All the basic things were already in place before I got into this country. I got into this country and I started making money almost immediately. My business in Nigeria was running. I didn't have time to soak a lot of things in because I was going with the flow. Everything was smooth. So after about, I think September. So September, I started working with the company in December. So September, that's 10 months of being in the company. Within that 10 months, I had gotten salary increase twice. The first one after probation, then again around, I can't remember the months exactly. But with the company, in the first 1 year of working in the company, I got salary increase 3 times. Like, everything was too good. It was weird. It was when I asked people that have been in the corporate world, 9 to 5 or whatever it's called, for a while, like, do you people get salary increase this often? He was like, nah, like, it's weird. So I was like, this is too good to be true. Like, what's happening? Beginning of September, I started to think, okay, this is too good to be true. What's going on? And I don't know if you guys ever have this feeling where you're having so much of a good time, a good season in your life, and you know deep down you've not done that much to warrant that much of a good time. So you start to like, if this is really this good right now, it might mean something bad is waiting ahead. It's a weird feeling, but that's how I felt at that moment. I don't know if people feel like that. So before that September, I didn't care. I didn't even have time to think. I was just working. I remember one time my manager came to meet me and said, guy, you should take your holidays. It's really not that deep. Before then, I'll probably just take 1 day off, 2 days off. But in September, I took the better part of September off work. So I was just home. So that was the first time I literally had time to soak a lot of things in. Like, okay, guy, calm down. Everything was happening too fast. I didn't have time to think. I was doing a lot. I was being a father, being a husband, being a worker, having to deal with people back in Nigeria, my workers, family, and all of that. So it was a lot. So September was the first time I like sat down. I wasn't working. I was like, okay, it's time to like plan myself, find a way out of this whole, because I had never been an employee. So it was in September I started to feel like, yes, the money is constant, or what's that word they use? Like, it's monthly, but then I don't like this thing anymore. I'm no longer happy doing it. I'm literally doing the same thing every day. I'm cranky whenever I go to work. So it was in that September I said, you know what, let me start saving my way out of the whole employee thing. Like, okay, I had a plan, I had an amount I planned to save to start something I wanted to work on. But a part of me too was feeling something bad is about to happen. So whatever it is that's about to happen, because this is too good to be true, let me be prepared for it. So after my long holiday off, I went back to work. And the day I go back to work, the first thing I heard was 50% of the company was being sold. So they were shutting down operations in Middle East, in China, then other parts I can't remember. So what that meant was the company was shrinking. They were shutting down different parts of them. So from that September when I got back, people are still losing their jobs. So I was like, I knew it. So I'd been in the company for 10 months. So I felt it was we that were going to be the first to go. I legit thought I was going to lose my job that week. But I was still there September, October, November, December. So in January, we got news that they were shutting down my department where I worked. After the last day of January, I was out of job, jobless. But yeah, I didn't feel bad. I actually felt good that I stopped working because at that moment I was tired of going to the office. I was tired. So I felt like finally, yes. Now, I consciously told myself I wasn't going to apply for a single job the whole of February. The whole of February, I didn't apply for a single job. I was chilling, enjoying myself because I was tired. February, I didn't apply for jobs. March was my wife's birthday, my son's second birthday. It was Mother's Day. So there was a lot of celebrations. I was like, you know what, let me just enjoy all these moments. We traveled, came back. So March, I didn't apply for jobs though. It was April, I applied for, second week of April, applied. I got a job, but the one I got was a 1-month contract job. So that period, I won't say losing my job stressed me. I won't even lie, it didn't stress me one bit. But the only thing that stressed me the whole of that period, where I was stressed, I was irritated, I was disgusted, I just didn't want to do it. It even became an issue with my wife because it was like, guy, you need to get a job, but you're not applying for jobs. The process of, because the job I had just left, like I said earlier in the video, it was my wife that did the whole application process and all of that. She literally did all the work that got me the job. But this time she's back in her own office, she's working, so she didn't have that time. So I had to apply for my jobs myself, which I had never done. So that process alone was mentally draining for me. I would say that period was my lowest moment in this country. And it wasn't because of money. I was still comfortable, I was still fine. But you see that process of applying for jobs, why do you want to? You advertised that you are looking for someone to fill up this role. Then you're asking me, why do you want to join? Because you need someone to come and work now. Why are you asking me why do I want to join? I want to join because you then I'll wake up in the morning saying, oh, you are sorry, we are unfortunately, gosh. So yeah, that period was exhausting for me, was draining. That period also helped me realize, like, guy, you're getting stuck up in this whole applying for jobs, employee thing, like, because that's not me. There are things I'm able to do, there are things I'm good at outside of hustling for jobs. But yeah, I'd say that period of job applications, having to do it myself, was my lowest moment in this country. It was psychological for me. It was a total mess because a part of me was telling me, guy, this is not even your field. You shouldn't even be doing this. Like, this is not my area. This is not where my strength lies, because I'm in a system where at least for a period of time you need to be able to have a stable source of income till you're able to float your own thing, till you are able to solidify yourself, that you can fund your own ideas. You literally have to do this thing. It's like you are talking to a babe you don't even like in the first place, but for whatever reason you are start talking to the babe, then she's using you to catch cruise. I don't even like you. But yeah, that period was draining for me. But aside that, I'll say generally it's been a beautiful experience. But don't let me, I think I'm all over the place now. Don't let me take too much of you guys' time. I think you probably have an idea how my time in London has been so far. And I also feel this has been introductory enough for a first YouTube video. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm still trying to figure out how often I'll be putting out videos. Not all my videos will be like this, obviously. There's going to be a lot of different things, and yeah, we'll see as things go on. Thanks for watching. You might want to like, subscribe, and I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, subscribe. Yes, thank you. Mwah.